You did everything right. So why doesn't it feel better? You cleared the clutter. You donated the bags. You bought the matching baskets and finally organized that junk drawer that's been sitting for years. And yet something still feels off. You thought this would change everything, but now your home is quieter and so is the joy. If you've ever looked around your newly decluttered space and thought, wait, this is it? You're not alone. Let's talk about why the minimalist lifestyle you were promised didn't deliver. This isn't going to be one of those hot takes on minimalism. I'm not saying it's bad. What I'm saying is we were sold something. The minimalist lifestyle promised peace, clarity, calm, and maybe even a little superiority if we just owned less. And a lot of us bought in, myself included. But the truth is, owning less doesn't guarantee living better. When we confuse minimalism with meaning, we're left with empty shelves and empty feelings. I want to address the lie that minimalism told us. Minimalism told us that if our homes were clear, our minds would be too. That if we stripped away the excess, we would uncover joy. And it can feel like that for a while. But here's where minimalism falls apart. Minimalism is a tool. It's not a cure. It can help you clear the clutter and maybe see your life more clearly, but it can't give your life meaning. There's no amount of perfectly folded linens, capsule wardrobes, or scarcely staged shelves that will fix a life that still feels disconnected. And that's where a lot of people get stuck, myself included. Because when it comes right down to it, you don't want minimalism. You want relief. So when people come to me wanting to downsize and declutter, they're not looking for fewer things. They're looking for less overwhelm, less anxiety, less decision fatigue. They want to walk into their home and just exhale. But if we don't deal with that root cause, the reason we overconsume, the reason we hang on, the reason our homes stopped feeling like safe havens, then all that minimalism is going to give us is a tidy space with that same emotional weight. Less stuff, same stress. Minimalism without purpose is going to feel empty. Let's call it what it is. A lot of the minimalist lifestyle we see online is performative. It's not about simplicity, it's about aesthetics. The white walls, the beige sofa, that fiddly fig tree in the corner that somehow costs $300. It looks calm, but often it feels cold and a bit empty. Because when we chase a look instead of building a life, the result is always going to be emptiness, literal and emotional. Your space might be cleaner, but if it's not rooted in your actual values, your routines, or identity, it's not going to feel like home. It's going to feel like a doctor's office waiting room. This is what minimalism ignores. Minimalism forgets that some things do bring comfort, color, texture, sentimentality, that little bit of chaos that reminds you that life is being lived here. It also ignores that some of our stuff really matters and some of it doesn't. And part of the work is figuring out which is which. Because when you strip all of it away without replacing it with something meaningful, you're just left with space and silence and questions you may not be ready to answer. Like, who am I now that I don't have all this stuff to hide behind? Decluttering is just the beginning. It's not the transformation. If you thought decluttering would change your life, maybe it did a little. But the real shift happens when you ask, now that I've made that space, what do I want to do with it? How do I want to spend my time? What kind of home supports who I am now? What relationships, routines, or hobbies do I want to nurture? Those are the questions minimalism doesn't answer, and it can't, but you can. And that's where the real magic happens. I remember standing in my kitchen after I'd decluttered everything. The counters were clear. There was nothing on them. The shelves were curated. The junk drawer was empty. It was only maybe one day, but it was empty. And I felt proud for a minute, but then a bit hollow, because the truth is I wasn't craving clean surfaces. I was craving clarity about what I wanted my life to feel like in this new house and how I wanted to show up in this season of my life and what I wanted to hold on to. And most importantly, what I was finally ready to release. Minimalism gave me space, but only I could fill that space with meaning. Your home should reflect your story, not erase it. And here's where I think minimalism really missed the mark. It made us believe we had to hide our lives in order to feel peace. But a peaceful home isn't an empty one. It's one that reflects you, your history, your travels, that weird art project your kid made in grade 2 that still makes you smile. The heirlooms passed down through generations because they carry meaning, not dust. I get a lot of comments on this channel from people saying, I don't want to part with my family history. And my answer to that is, don't. You don't have to get rid of what matters to you. Decluttering isn't about erasing your past. It's about making space for who you are right now and choosing what gets the spotlight. You don't have to have everything on display, but the things you love, the things that tell your story, let them live where you can see them and enjoy them. They're part of who you are. The goal isn't to have an empty shelf. It's to have a home that feels like your life on purpose. What works better than minimalism? Intention. Instead of chasing minimalism, chase intention. If you aren't sure which path you're on, ask yourself these questions. First, does this item support the life I'm building? 2, does this space reflect how I want to live? And 3, am I creating a home I want to be in or just a space I want to post online? Because a clutter-free house isn't the goal. A home that feels like you is. One that's calm, sure, but also lived in. Functional, but full of heart. Your goal should not be minimalism. It should be a home full of meaning for you. Minimalism didn't work the way you hoped. There's a reason for that. Watch my video, You're Not Afraid of Clutter, You're Afraid of This. In it, I break down the psychology of why letting go feels so hard and why your brain is fighting you every step of the way. You're not broken. Minimalism just left out the part where you're human. Let's fix that together. I'll see you over there.